Hello and welcome to Lopkalama YouTube channel. My name is Natasha and I will be your host today. I'm coming to you from Canada, Manitoba, where I live with my family. And we have this year, we have really nice autumn. We had time to enjoy yellow, orange and red leaves and all colors, and they didn't fall off so quickly, and we still didn't have snow. And now it's October 13th, but we still didn't have snow, for which I'm very thankful. But it's very beautiful rainy day outside today. You know, in autumn it looks so great when you have rain and it's like weather is so calm and nice, not windy. It's just pleasant to go for a walk, like if you have umbrella or something, just to enjoy nature that is wet and so like autumn, like so much like autumn. And so I would say this year we have really nice autumn. So, and if soon snow comes, I don't mind, because we could enjoy nice weather in autumn and leaves and everything. Also, I had quite a few pumpkins this year in my garden. I was very excited about that, because last year I didn't plant any, and when Thanksgiving time came, I was really hungry for pumpkin pie and like some fried pumpkins and different dishes made out of pumpkins. This autumn, my oldest daughter, she went to BC, to Cape Henry, and so she's not home, and we are really missing her, because it's our first year not to have all the kids at home. So now we have just 4 at home, and 2 of my middle kids, they go to school, but because of the coronavirus, our school had divided each class into 2 groups. So our kids, they go to school every other day. So it's like 1 week they go 3 days a week, and second week they go only 2 days a week to school. And so my son, he started kindergarten, so it's really nice for him because he doesn't get very tired. And yeah, for my daughter, maybe it's not as good because all her friends goes to different days than she is, so she'll have to make some new friends. Okay, that's all about what I wanted to say about my life right now, and let's talk about knitting getaways. Month of September was a very interesting month for me, because I had four projects for which I had not enough yarn, and it's very interesting and unusual. So I'll bend down below and grab my basket with my finished objects, and I will start with socks. So this month I knitted 2 pairs of socks. 1 pair I have here, and second pair went with my daughter to BC, but they both were knitted out of Felici sock, self-striping sock yarn. And this colorway that I'm holding in my hands, it's called Test Pattern colorway, and the other pair that I knitted, it was knitted in a hamburger colorway. And I showed you 1 pair of socks that I knitted out of hamburger colorway, but I made white toes and heels. And second pair I was knitting, I made brown ribbing and brown heel. And when I got to the toes, I didn't have enough yarn to finish toes. I wanted to make them out of Felici yarn, but luckily I made maybe I showed you, I made a square for my scrappy blankie. So I had to open that square from blankie and put it into socks. So I was able, like, it was barely enough yarn, but I was still able to finish and make them exactly the same. So that was my first project where I didn't have enough yarn, but in the end I managed somehow to finish it. Second, this pair, I didn't, I just decided to try to use 1 ball of yarn, Felici yarn. It usually comes in 50 grams and it has 218 yards. So I was hoping to finish socks just from 1 ball. And I started, and I was I didn't want tall, like very cuffs, the cuff would be tall. But when I was knitting and when I got to the gray part, I realized that gray, I had more gray stripes than others. See, like here you can see. So I decided to make heel. And then I was knitting, and first sock was perfect, but for the second one I didn't have enough yarn. So I had just barely enough yarn, but not the right color. That's what I'm trying to say. So, and I finished them, but still they look very nice, even if toe is a little bit different. And also what I like about these socks, they have 3x1 ribbing, and only a bottom doesn't have like just stockinette stitch, but here up front it goes 3x1 ribbing. And I was dreaming to knit socks like that for a long time, and finally I knitted them, and I'm very happy about it. So it's my second finished project for what I didn't have enough yarn exactly. Next one, I was knitting on this vest, which I count now as finished object, but it's not completely finished because, again, I didn't have enough yarn. So I was using, I was knitting a square, grandma square on the back, and also on here on the bottom. And when I got to knit this border around my neck, I didn't have enough yarn, so I had to take I had same yarn but just different colorway. So I used it, and also I will use that other colorway to work to make a short cuff on my sleeves, like just go around here. And I was thinking to make maybe like few centimeters, like same like I did here, ribbing. But I have 2 balls of this other colorway, and I wanted to knit a top, like summer top, like kind of sleeveless sweater for myself. So I decided to start and knit a top first, and whatever yarn I will have left, I will just finish my sleeves on this vest. And now I'm thinking if I can make sleeves like that border on my arms, even if it will be 10 centimeters, I wouldn't mind it. So it would match with the edging. And probably I won't show you this vest anymore because it would be finished unless you will see it on me in one of my podcasts. Another vest, yeah, now it's just vest, but it was supposed to be a cardigan. I bought this nice yarn, which I like very much. It's called Halifax Lana Filatura di Grossa. It's fancy line. It's Halifax, and it has 68% wool, 19% polyamide, and 8% cotton, and 5% mohair. And it's in 50 grams, 55 yards, and that's what I have left only. I had green, yellow, purple, and pink. And why I had those crazy colors? Because I bought it for my green and yellow for my son's sweater. I wanted to make sweater, and pink and purple I wanted to knit something for my baby. And this yarn, it's very pleasant to the touch when you touch it, but when you put it like to your neck, it's a bit pokey. So I realized that it would be too pokey for my children. So I thought I'll try to knit something for myself. And what I managed to knit, I started to knit from top, raglan. Here I just put live stitches on a scrap yarn. So here was supposed to be V-neck. And then I thought I would make, when I realized that I don't have enough yarn, I thought I would buy more of the green yarn, and I would make green sleeves, green ribbing on the bottom, and green 2x2 ribbing around my neck, like here on the edges, and then I would put buttons. And this yarn is, I don't know, I just love it so much. And look at the colors, they're just so nice and beautiful. I loved it so much, but now I cannot find this yarn anywhere. So I was looking in some provinces, and my friend was looking in BC and other places, but we cannot find place where we can get this yarn. So if maybe I'll be looking, maybe you will tell me where I can buy, maybe online store somewhere where they sell it. If not, then I will open it up and probably just knit a small vest by Petite Knits, and then maybe I'll just do like, you know, yellow around my neck and maybe purple around one hand and maybe some pink on the bottom, and the rest will be just green. So I'll think what I'll do, because I really love this yarn, and the store in Winnipeg where I bought it, they said they will not order more and they will not sell this yarn, and it's sad because it's like really nice yarn. I love it so much, but we'll see what will happen to that vest. Next thing what I finished is this hat. Like I said, my oldest daughter, she went to BC, and I was missing her so much that I decided to knit something for her. And about, I don't know, 2 years ago at Michael's, we picked up this yarn. It was 50-gram ball, and it has 84% acrylic, 12 polyamide, and 4 other fiber. So, and it has those sparkly nice thingies in there. That's what left. And then I decided to add lace, baby alpaca from Knit Picks, and also mink fur. That's what leftovers I had. So I took 3 strands and I put them together in this beautiful hat. It has some fluff to it, and it's really nice. So I really hope that my daughter, I'll send it to my daughter in a package, and I really hope she will like it and she will wear it. And it has some hay on it, hay loft, and some sparkles. So it created a really nice, beautiful fabric. So I'm so glad that I didn't mail it, and I still have it to show you. Yeah. Okay, and that's, oh no, the one that I'm wearing, it's also finished object. This one you saw in my videos for a long time, because I was working on this top very long, I would say, because I don't know what's wrong with me, but when I enjoy yarn very much, I knit it very slowly. Maybe I'm not the person who is looking to finish project. Maybe I'm the person who likes to work on a project more. I don't know, but when I have a really nice yarn, I really love to work on it as long as I can. And it's a mohair tweed from Warwool Gallery. There is online store located in Canada, and in this store you can find different types of tweeds, like just a tweed yarn or mohair tweed, also there tweed with cashmere. So, and a thing about tweed or this yarn, it's like you work on 4.5mm needles, and then after washing it blooms, fabric blooms and fills up all the holes, and then you have this nice really nice fabric, but also you didn't have to work on the fine needles. And I'll try to step back a little bit so you can see. I wanted to make sweater first, but then when I realized because I had 300 grams, and when I realized that I have so much yarn, I decided to make myself a like short dress like this. And I used here on the bottom such a beautiful lace pattern, and it's interesting that with the tweed yarn it looks so nice with a, see, it opened up, a yarn bloom and opened up, but in a way that it looks so good. I don't know, love it so much. And here I have some lace pattern. So I have also orange, kind of autumn orange rust color mohair tweed with here I have just white and black dots, but there, like on the other yarn, I have purple and pink and like different colors, those dots. And I really wanted to make a cardigan for myself, but now when I feel this fabric, like this structure, I really would like to have a sweater. So I'll just knit myself probably with a round neck, also raglan construction sweater, not like a short dress like this one, but just a sweater. And I'm sure I will enjoy it like so much. If I knit it quickly, I can still enjoy it this winter. If I stretch it out and I knit it slowly, then I'll enjoy it next season. But I don't want to rush it. I would like to enjoy process, and I would like to enjoy wearing it. So that's it. So I had 6 finished objects this month, and I'm so happy about it. And sometimes I feel that I should videotape more often, make videos more often, because if I wait too long, I have so much to show and tell that it takes longer. So maybe you will watch this podcast in pieces, like not in one long run. Okay, now let's move to my works in progress. I'll just take a small sip of water. Okay, and my next work in progress, and also it was I purchased this yarn only this month, and in September, beginning of September, and I really wanted to try Schachenmeyer Regia yarn, perfect pair, and I really like this design of socks, how yarn, how colors play. So I bought it, and I knitted one sock already, and it's very interesting sock blocker. I just made it quickly out of hanger, but I didn't make it nice shape. I need to make it wider a little bit. I need pliers for it. So I think I'll make 2 of those for myself, and then I can dry my socks on the blockers, because my wooden ones, they don't really want, they want wood destroys by being wet. That's what it is. So, and I finished one, and I'm working on my second one, so I'm up to heel here. So very soon they'll be done, but I don't know if I will buy this yarn again. Like, I like quality of the yarn, I like colors, I like everything, but I don't really like this tall cuff. So I like my socks shorter, and also usually from 100 grams skein I can make 2 pairs of socks, but here I can just make just one, probably because they're so long, and also because I have a small foot. Here my toe is just like small, this gray is very small, like I would like that it would be wider a little bit, but they look very nice. And so I'm very happy about it. I'm happy I tried it, because I really wanted to try yarn for perfect pair. So, and very soon, like as soon as I finish my heel, I think very quickly I'll finish my sock, and I'll show it to you in my next podcast, I hope. Okay, so it's one of my works in progress. Second, my works in progress, because I usually knit socks when I'm with my baby, I'm feeding her or stuff like that. I'm just knitting on my socks, because it's very easy to knit in the dark when I'm rocking her or something on a small 9-inch Cheglu circular needles. And I got tired of knitting socks. So, and then I thought, what can I knit that are not socks, but still some kind of knitting? And I found this yarn in my stash, and I decided to knit myself a sweater. I bought it like 2 or 3 years ago from Knit Picks. First I ordered this one. It was in a tri set, so it was like 5 or 6 skeins, and they were all different colors, and I really liked this color, so I decided to order 2 more. But when they came, other two were this color. It's exactly same dye lot, exactly same colorway, but they look totally different. And I don't know how it will look in a fabric, but in skeins they look very, very different. But maybe it depends how they were wind up together. I don't know. So we'll see. So I unwind one of the skeins like that, look like this, and I started to knit sleeve. So it looks like skein. And fabric that I got, it's hard to imagine that it looks like this. So I expected that it would be, when you look at the skein, you don't expect to get fabric like this. So it was exactly a skein like this, and sleeve looks not so wild, right? Like kind of okay. So, and here I have purple coming, blue and green yet. So, but I'm very happy with the sleeve. I'm knitting, I started to knit on 2.5mm needles, and then I switched to 3.5mm needles, check gauge short tips, like they're very, very, very tiny. So, and then I'm just knitting around and around and around, and sometimes when I knit in the dark and then in the morning I look at my sleeves and I look at the change of color, it's just so much fun. It's raining so hard. I don't know if it interrupts with my video or not, the rain. I'm just thinking maybe I should go and close window, then it would be quieter. Okay, I hope it's quieter and we'll see. Let's keep going. Okay, next, my work in progress. It's the one top that I said that I knitted for myself a vest out of cotton fabric, cotton yarn, and it's a second colorway that I have. Some of the colors exactly same like on a vest, and some of them are different, because like this one has bright pink and different blue, yeah, and doesn't have white. So this yarn I got from Michael's not long ago, and it's 200 grams, 360 meters, and it's 100% cotton. I really love this yarn. It's very easy to work with it, and it makes really nice, beautiful fabric. And vest, it recommends 4.5mm needles for my vest, and it gives you quite tight fabric. So for top, like summer top, I decided to knit it on 5.5mm needles, so it would create lightweight fabric, and I'm really, really pleased how it turns out. So I started to knit from sleeve, cuff, and then going from one shoulder to the other shoulder. So here I have shoulder, and I did slightly increases for drop shoulder, and then here I'm doing decreases for my neck, and I'm exactly halfway. So it looks like this, and then I'll keep going, finish the other half, then I'll pick up stitches for second sleeve, and I will not bind off stitches for body, for these stitches. So I will pick up stitches, I'll knit cuff again, and then I'll continue from these stitches and I'll knit my back. And here I'll just kitchenaire to this side. It has stitch pattern on the bottom, also on a cuff, and here on top on shoulders, and also around neck. So it looks really, really nice, and I think it would create a really nice top, especially with drop shoulder and a cuff. If you knit a same pattern out of wool yarn, you can easily just pick up stitches around the cuff and just knit yourself a sleeve, and then you get a sweater. Yeah, so I really like this idea. I didn't use any pattern, I'm just improvising. If it turns out really nice, maybe I'll write a pattern. We'll see how it goes. Okay, and then I'm hiding here because I have everything spread up here with me. So my next project, not a crazy color like everything I was showing before. This color is really nice autumn rust color, I would say. I bought this yarn last month and it's so nice, soft and squishy. I just wanted to cast it on right away. This yarn is steel yarns. It's Peruvian chain, and it has 84% of baby alpaca, 8% merino wool, and 9% nylon. And it's 220 meters and 100 grams. So it's really nice. Nice yarn. And I decided to knit out of this yarn cardigan number 6. I know that cardigan number 6 originally was knitted 3 strands of kid silk mohair, but I decided to knit it out of this steel yarn, and I think it's turning out really well. There by pattern, you first pick up stitches for back. You knit back until sleeves, like until this here. Then you pick up stitches and you start knitting front and also right the waist. I was knitting at the same time this ribbing around neck. And now when I've finished one ball here, I was knitting body until I feel like here I have almost 2 balls, like 150 grams for body. And then when I unwind another skein, I decided to knit sleeve right away. And my sleeve is quite long already. So I have about, I don't know, maybe 3 more repeats of this beautiful lacy pattern. And then I can knit already cuff. And I will be done with this sleeve. Then I'll cast on second sleeve, and after second sleeve, whatever yarn left, I'll just knit into the body. So I'm very pleased with this process, and I think it would be one of my favorite cardigans because of the soft yarn. But I'm not sure about lacy pattern, if it would wind would blow through them. Would it be cold? Would it be warm? I don't know, but hopefully after washing, baby alpaca will bloom a little bit and it would be okay. So really nice, easy pattern. I'm knitting on 6mm needles, and it goes very quickly because 6mm needles gives you a very quick knit. And also why I started another project, even though I have so many projects on my needles, because I was going to visit my sister to different province because she was giving birth to a baby girl, and I thought I want to start something to knit there while I'm away, and then this cardigan would be a really nice, create a really nice memories of my being at my sister's place, because she lives quite far. I had to drive 12 hours behind the wheel to get there, but it was really nice trip, and especially I have cardigan, so when I finish it, it will create a good, nice memory. Next thing that I have on my needles, another cardigan. This cardigan I'm knitting for my son. It's not as red as you see it on your monitors. It's a little bit, it's okay red, not pinkish red, just a red, nice red color. And I'm knitting a cardigan using cotton merino. It's by drops. It's 50% cotton, 50% merino. It has 110 meters and 50 grams. And I started one by one ribbing, and then I'm knitting this beautiful, nice design, which is very hard for you to see, but I used I received this booklet from Knit Picks, and here on top there was this beautiful model and this beautiful top, and oh, it's glary, and I decided to use this pattern for my son's cardigan, and I'll just use these squares for the body, and sleeves will be just stockinette stitch. So I think this pattern is perfect for girls or for boys, and yeah, I think it will be nice cardigan that is not just that is not just stockinette stitch. So it's something nice and kind of a little bit different. I think it's nice. And I have two more works in progress. One of them you saw already. It's one of the older projects. It's habitation throw, designed by Curry's Handmade, and it's designed to knit out of minis, like especially advent minis or something, but I'm knitting it out of Cordell yarn. It has some shine, some metallic, and I'm using I'm holding it double with a kid silk mohair from Drops. So, and it gives me a really nice beautiful fabric, and I'm knitting also on a 5.5mm needles, and here from corner up to there I have 80 centimeters already, and I will knit until I use 3 more grams of kid silk, because I have I weighted how much it weighs, and I want to use half when I do increases and then half of the yarn when I do decreases. And what I'm knitting, it would be a small blankie little afghan that my baby can cover herself while she's sitting in a car seat while we are driving, because we have a very cold winter coming, and it's always so nice when you put kids in a car to cover their feet with something nice and warm. And because of the kid silk, I think that fabric would be very warm. I'm sure it's very warm because I couldn't work on it in summer because it was so warm on my lap, and my hands got sticky, and because of the sweat. But I have fly coming here. So, and yeah, I think she will like it and enjoy it and use it for a couple of years. We'll see, and then we can always give it to a different baby. And the last project that is on my needles, it's the one you didn't see, but I showed you yarn last time. This yarn is Lana Gata Merino Extra Fine. This yarn comes on cones, and thread is so thin. It's 1,500 meters per 100 grams. So I knitting it in four strands, and I put them in a basket like this. So I have 3 balls on the bottom, and I was able to pull thread from the middle of the ball. And this fourth one, I couldn't pull thread through the middle, so I'm just taking thread around. But when it lie down like this, it's just perfect, and it doesn't get tied up. So it's very nice and easy to knit. It gives yarn like this, and I'm knitting this sweater, and it's very beautiful color because it's kind of like gray, and in between this gray thread there is also very tiny thread of bright pink, blue, but it's hardly you can see it, but it's there, and it makes such a nice beautiful color, not just gray. And I'm knitting it in half brioche, and also if I knit the sweater and I hide ends really nicely, it will be double-sided, so that it look like this from this side, and it look like this from the other side. So it's a little bit different but very close, but rag line would look different from this side. So It's kind of nice. I would make it bigger progress on this one, but I cannot knit on it when I have kids around me. So it's moving a bit slowly, but it creates such a nice soft fabric. It's just incredible. Love it very much. I'm sure it will get a lot of wear. And I'm knitting it using a video tutorial, but it's Russian speaking lady made it, but there, like, she counted all the stitches and she shows step by step how to knit it, so I didn't have to calculate anything, I didn't have to invent anything. I can just take and just watch her video tutorial and just knit. That's what I do. Okay, so that's all my works in progress. It's a lot. So I have 7 right now on the needles that I intensely kind of work on. Also, I have some projects that are left behind that I didn't finish, but sometimes I just, if I don't feel like working on a summer top or some, like I have silk top in my viscose top, I just put them aside for a while, and when I feel like knitting them again, then I pick them up. And now I really feel like work on woolly things, so I just do it because it's my hobby and I have to enjoy it, right, very much. And also this last month I bought some yarn, of course, because we had like this year, because of the quarantine, a fiber festival was cancelled, and it was so sad because I was really hoping to go there and buy some yarn, especially alpaca yarn from my favorite farm. It's 100-Fold Farm. I love their farm and I love their yarn. But it's funny because I never been to their farm. But this year, because Fiber Festival was cancelled, some of the farms, they opened their doors, and Fiber Festival, people who usually organize Fiber Festival, they decided to organize Fiber Trail. And so it means that you can go and visit different farms, you can go to farmers markets or stuff like that, and you got a map with addresses and you can go and visit all those places. But because I was actually really interested to see only one farm this time, and I have small kids, so I knew it wouldn't be possible for me to go all around everywhere, so I just went to 100-Fold Farm, and I made also a very short video. I will insert it in the end of my podcast just to show you like few minutes of a farm and alpacas that gives us yarn. And like they had 4 vendors at the farm, so each farm had just a few vendors, so it would be all good with all the rules and regulations we have for quarantine now. So I went there. It was nice sunny day, and I really wanted to buy black alpaca yarn, and I knew they had some, but I was hoping to buy sweater quantity of yarn, but there was only 3 skeins left of this beautiful gorgeous black alpaca yarn. Here it's 70% alpaca and 30% merino wool and some stellina, so it's beautiful, and it's a bulky weight yarn, so it has, like, in 140 grams it has 183 meters, and the name of this alpaca is Honor. And what sadly I found out that this alpaca's fleece now is a little bit harder, so they make carpets out of it. But this, I was still able to grab one of those skeins, and I'll knit myself a hat out of it. I was so itching to cast on, unwind this yarn and cast on, but also I really wanted to show it to you in all its beauty. And now 100-Fold Farms, they have their own website. So now not only us who live close by can buy their beautiful yarn, but also other people can go on their website and order their yarn. And they have always like such a high quality yarn. I know many yarns made out of alpaca, but they all spun a little bit different, and they have a little bit different qualities, and they're different to the touch. And all the kind like from 100-fold Farm, all the yarns, even they have a little bit different fibers in it, they all like so nice and squishy. There behind me there is a yarn that I got last year. That one has alpaca, silk, cashmere in it, so oh, it's just so squishy. And this one has alpaca, merino, and stellina. That's very, very beautiful. So this one I got for myself. Also, my son wanted to have a hat out of alpaca yarn, so he chose this one because he wants a rainbow, or almost rainbow colorways. There should be green, purple, orange, red, yellow, blue. And so I'll just do speckles on this yarn. And this one is exactly from same alpacas as I got myself yarn last year, but this one is 100% alpaca yarn, and it's a sport weight. And it was spun in Manitoba because other yarns were spun somewhere else. This one was spun in Manitoba in mill, so it's very, very local. Alpaca was raised in Manitoba, and it was spun in Manitoba, and it will be knitted in Manitoba and dyed, and it will be worn in Manitoba. So it would be very, very local hat. And also I wanted to buy 3 more skeins like I got last year, but sadly that yarn was all sold out. So then I was trying to still buy something from their farm, something that is same weight yarn. So I got this one. It's a little bit different. This one is 70% alpaca, 20% merino, and 10% bamboo. It's very nice, soft and squishy yarn as well. So I will knit myself a jumper. So I'm not sure. I'm debating on 2 models that I'm thinking. First one, I think maybe to knit something like looks like sport clothes. So raglan sleeves will be white and the body will be brownish. Or other one would be a brown on top, and then stripes white and brown, and middle would be brown, and ends of a garment would be brown. So brown, white, brown. Or white, white, and brown body. So I'm debating, and I'll see what I'll do yet. Also, I bought some just little memory things. I bought this pin. It says knit, knit, sip. So 3 cups. Just a pin. It will go in my project bag. And also progress keeper. And this progress keeper is a Starbucks cup progress keeper. It looks like my favorite drink from Starbucks, so I decided to get it for myself, and also got one for my friend. So we'll have kind of same ones. Also this month I bought these zinc needles, and I have only 3 here because 2 of them in a different project that I started. I knitted 2 rows and then I stopped. It would be my dream is to knit one day north-west blanket, like out of stripes, but I don't want to use leftover yarn. I want to use self-striping soft yarn, and I was thinking of knitting it on 225mm needles. And also together with Regia and my knitting needles, I got 2 balls of this beautiful yarn. I got last month, if you remember, a sweater quantity of this yarn, but I had light gray, darker gray, and darker gray, and this one is a brownish gray. So I got 2 balls just in case if I don't have enough for sweater or cardigan what I'll need. If I don't have enough, I'll use some of this yarn too, this color, but if I have enough of that other yarn, other colors, I'll knit hat out of these 2 balls because it's so nice, so squishy, so nice, really nice yarn. It's almost like I'm knitting cardigan number 6 alpaca yarn, but this one has a little bit different. It has wool, so 42 wool, 30 alpaca, and 28 polyamide. But if you look at both yarns, they look very much the same, and they feel very much the same. So, but they have different, yeah, different inside, different fleece inside of them. That was about it. But then I couldn't buy a sweater quantity of black alpaca yarn, and it was bugging me, and I really wanted black alpaca yarn, local yarn. And I think I got designers like Sari Nordland and Curious, maybe not, but one other designer, they started to knit garments like tops, and also I saw one lady knitted shawl out of black yarn. And before, like, you know, designers would knit their designs in brown or other colors that are easy to take picture of. But now they started to knit also in black yarn, and I really wanted black alpaca yarn just to knit basic sweater, maybe like, you know, higher neck and just raglan and just simple, a simple sweater just to wear every day. And I didn't want to buy dyed yarn. I really wanted like natural black. So when I looked at the picture of fiber trail, different farms, different markets, and I saw, like, because we have I think 4 or 5 alpaca yarns in Manitoba, and I saw that one of the farms had a black yarn on their like table, wherever they were selling. So, but I knew that I couldn't go there because even to 100 farms I had to drive 1.5 hours, and other destinations would be also like quite far. So I just wrote them in Instagram and I asked them, that yarn on the table, is it dark brown or black? And they said, no, it's black. So I asked them, do you have a sweater quantity left? And they said, yes, we have in worsted weight and a sport weight yarn. And we still have sweater quantity. So I quickly ordered from them sport weight yarn, because I just thought that worsted weight would be a little bit too warm, because alpaca has very nice warm yarn. So for cardigan or hat, worsted weight would be perfect. But I think for a simple sweater, everyday sweater, it would be sport weight would be perfect. So I ordered 4 skeins of this gorgeous black alpaca yarn, and it's I'll try to read the name. I think it's Enchanted Grow Alpacas, but I'll show it to you. Lips. And I'll also insert link for Instagram page for them. So, and this beautiful red bag. I got those 4 babies. Look at them. They have some vegetation in them. Like 100-fold farm yarn, they don't have any vegetation. So I didn't expect it to have like all these pieces of wood in here. But I think while I'll be knitting, I'll just pick them out. Or maybe some of them will fall out when I'll unwind them. But look at the yarn. It's so shiny and beautiful. And it's incredibly, it's just so soft. Like crazy soft. So, and it has 100% alpaca, made in Canada, of course. And what's that? Natural black. It has 302 yards in 100 grams. So now I have the softest ever black alpaca. Hopefully near future I'll get 2 sweaters out of alpaca, white with cashmere with brown, and a black one. So I think it would look really nice on me. Okay, that's it. That's about it for my today's podcast. That's my all yarn inquiries and my works in progress and my finished objects. And that's how I'll finish my podcast today. And also I'll insert a very short video from my trip to 100-fold farm, and I'll try to insert under videos a website and also Instagram page for this alpaca yarn. It's just incredibly soft, very nice and soft. That's it for today. Bye.